Okay, here's the review for the first exam. So I'm just going to go through all of these questions, and then your exam is coming up on Friday. So the first section is rounding rates and proportions. And the first one's pretty easy. Suppose you got an answer of 34.12157 when calculating how much you'll pay at the register. How much will you actually pay? I realized that I cut off part of that question. So for money, we round to 2 decimal places. So it'd be $34.12. The next one, you're renting a house in Cancun for a week at $3,099. What is the cost per day? So it's $3,099 divided by 7 days. And that would be the cost per day. So that is $442.71. Okay, a person who wants to get in shape goes to a local gym that advertises 35 training sessions for $1,534 for $1,534. Find the prorated cost of 70 training sessions. So the cost is $1,534 for 35 sessions. And we're trying to find the cost for 70 sessions. So sessions cancel, and we're just left with the cost. You should get $3,068. As a side note, if you do 1,534 divided by 35, that gives you the cost per session. And it gives you 43.82857, and it keeps going. So if we round, then you'll get an incorrect answer. So for example, if we just do 43.8 times 70, that gives you 3,066. So it's close, but it's not the correct answer exactly. And that's because this cost is rounded from the exact decimal. So we don't want to round until our final answer. So that's why you can do the fraction here and then times by 70. And that would give you the exact answer. Okay, next, if Isa walks 2 miles in 40 minutes, then Isa will walk how far in 1 hour and 10 minutes if she walks the same speed the whole time? So for this one, I'm going to set up a proportion. She can walk 2 miles in 40 minutes. So how far in miles can she walk in 70 minutes, which is 1 hour 10? When we set up a proportion that's with an equal sign, not multiplying, then if it's a fraction equals a fraction, then we cross multiply. So that's 40x equals, we'll do this other one in red, 2 times 70, which is 130. Then we divide by 40. Oh, not 130, sorry. It's 140. And we get 3.5 miles. Okay, suppose there are only 100 milligram options for measuring a certain medication, and it's important not to over-medicate a patient. Given that a 242-pound man, 240 2-pound man can have 1,100 milligrams of a medication in a day, how much should a 184-pound man have in a given day? So again, I set it up as a proportion. We're going to cross multiply. So 184 times 1,100. And then 242 times x. And then to solve, we divide by 242. So x is 836.36 milligrams. So the note up here tells us that there are only 100 milligram options. So we need to round to the nearest 100. So with medicine, it says it's important not to over-medicate a patient. So we could do 800 or we could do 900. 900 would be too much medicine for that, for a person who weighs that much. So you would do 800 milligrams of the medication. Okay, the next section is percents. So an important thing to remember with percents is that a percent times the whole equals the part. The part over the whole equals the percent. And then I didn't do like an individual section for this, but for percent change, it's new minus original over original. So those are 3 different formulas that are helpful with percents. And the first one says, out of 350 racers who started the marathon, 311 completed the race, 35 gave up, and 4 were disqualified. What percent did not complete the marathon? So 35 gave up, 4 were disqualified. That's 39 out of 350. And when you divide those, you get 0.1114. So that when we convert that to a decimal, that would be 11.14%. The next one, in-state tuition at a local college last year was $3,060. This year, the tuition will be $4,633. What is the percent increase? So we do new minus original over original. So 4633 minus 3060 over 3060. I'm just going to type that in my calculator. I got 0.5141. So when we convert that to a decimal, that would be 51.41%. Okay, this one is a percent decrease. So we do new minus original over original. So that's 23 minus 30 over 30. And so that would be -7 over 30. And I believe that comes out to be 23%. So that would be 23.3% decrease. Okay, next, a product sells for a regular price of $150. It's on sale for 20% off. So you do 150 times 1 minus the percent off, and we write it as a percent, so you would do 0.2 or 0.20 for 20%. The sales price is $120. Next, this one is a little bit more complicated than the other ones, so I've gotten a lot of questions on this one. But if you think about, I guess I could draw it this way. Think about your entire grade as a circle, and it says this is the final that counts as 20%. So 80% is everything else. And it says that a friend has a 75% average for everything else, and we don't know what grade they have on the final. It's not given to us. I'm going to write it this way. So 20% here, 80% there. And in the everything else category, they have a 75%. And the final, we don't know. So what is the best grade your friend can earn? Well, the best grade they could earn on the final is 100%. So 100% for 20% of their grade, the final, plus 75% for the rest of the class. And we can put that in the calculator. The best percent that your friend can earn is an 80. Okay, this is a new iPad, so I didn't think I had Desmos downloaded yet, but that's what I like to use when I'm screen sharing or recording my screen so that you can see what I'm typing in. But that's okay, I'll do it for next time. Okay, so the best grade is an 80%. Okay, next is measurement. So the first one is asking about temperature. And we want to find Fahrenheit. And we're given Celsius. So we do, to find Fahrenheit, we do 9/5 times 4 plus 32. You should get 39.2 degrees. Next is a basement, so we have 34 feet times 37 feet times 5 feet that's 6290, and it's feet times feet times feet, so that's feet cubed. But then it's asking us how many cubic yards of earth or of dirt need to be hauled away. And you had to do this on your project, but when converting to cubic yards, a lot of people remember that 1 yard is 3 feet, and so you try to divide by 3, but that's not correct, because 1 regular yard is 3 regular feet, but we're not talking about regular yards and regular feet. We're talking about cubic yards and feet. So 1 cubed is 1, then yards cubed is yards cubed, and then 3 cubed is 27, and that's feet cubed. So to get this into yards cubed, we need to use this conversion instead. So then the feet cubed cancel, and we divide that by 27, and you should get 232.96 yards cubed for your answer. Next, Jonah and Skylar have decided to shade their patio with a sunshade net, and they need to know the size of their patio in square yards. They measured their patio to be 1,000 square feet. So again, 1 yard is 3 feet, but if we're talking about square yards and square feet, then 1 square yard is 9 square feet. And that's the unit conversion that we would use. So it's 111.11 square yards. Okay, next we are talking about 231 hot tubs, and each hot tub uses 105 milliliters of this acid. So I'm going to do this as a unit conversion. So the hot tubs cancel with hot tub, and it's asking us how many liters. So we know 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters, and then we can just cancel out the milliliters, and we have our answer when we multiply this all out. So you should get 24.255 liters of this muriatic acid. And this unit conversion is on your formula sheet for the exam, so you don't have to worry about remembering how many milliliters are in a liter or anything like that. But you should know time and like how to square unit conversions, and how to do cubic unit conversions. Okay. This one, we have 180,000 people, and they're standing in a straight line with the person extending their arms out, so the tip of their fingers touches the shoulders in front of them. So they're standing like this with their arms out, and then this with their arms out, so that they're touching the shoulders of the person in front of them. So the distance between the people is 35 inches. So we're going to say 35 inches per person. And we want to know how many miles that would be. So the people units cancel. So we're in inches, but we want the units to be in miles. So we know 1 foot is 12 inches, and we know 1 mile is 5,280 feet. So the inches cancel and the feet cancel. So then all we have to do is multiply it out. Which I'm doing on Desmos on my phone. And I got 99.43 miles. That's how many miles it would be for all of those people standing in a line. Okay. We have 2 left. So problem solving. I did get a lot of questions on this one, and it helps to get to draw a picture. So if we draw a picture of this garden, we know that this is 6 and this is 7. I'll write that on the inside. This is 6 and 7. And then we have this walkway around the garden that's 3 feet. 3 feet in each direction from the garden. So overall, this length would be the 3 feet of the walkway plus the 7 feet of the garden plus the 3 feet of the walkway. So this side is 13 feet. And then this side would be 3 plus 6 plus 3, which is 12 feet. So the total area is 12 times 13, which is 156 square feet. And that's the area of the whole, the walkway and the garden. But it's asking how much area does the walkway cover? So we need to find the area of the garden, which is 6 feet times 7 feet. That's 42 feet squared. And we subtract them to find the area of just the walkway. So that would be 114 square feet. Next is a local pizza parlor that's selling 2 different shapes of cheese pizza for the same price. You can get 2 small square pizzas that are 7 inches on the side. Or you can get a 10-inch round pizza. So each of these small pizzas is 49 square inches. So when you add that together, that's 98 square inches of pizza. And for the circle one, you need to remember that the area of a circle is pi r squared. So this would be pi times 5 squared, which is 25 pi, which is about 78 point something, 0.54 square inches. So the 2 square pizzas gives you more pizza. Next, you want to carpet your 16 by 10 foot rectangular room, and the carpet costs $10 per square yard. So you would do 10 times 16 to get the area. The area is 16 feet squared because this is 10 feet by 16 feet. And then you do 160 square feet and you want to convert it to square yards, and remember 3 squared is 9. So if you're talking about square yards and square feet, it's 1 square yard is 9 square feet. And you get 17.78 square yards. And then if they, so that 17.78 square yards times $10 per square yard is 177.8. But if they charge by the whole yard, you would need to get 18 square yards of carpet, and that would be $180. Let me fix my one. It was kind of loopy. $180. Oh, these are the same. Weird. Okay, this, you have a garden that's 25 feet by 13 feet, and you're putting topsoil on it. So that's 325 square feet. And you want to add a 5-inch thick layer of topsoil. But if we have square feet and inches, then those don't, we could multiply the units together, but we just get square feet inches, which doesn't help us. So we're going to convert inches into feet. And we know the unit conversion for that is that 1 foot is 12 inches. And then we'll get this as cubic feet because the inches cancel and you have feet squared times feet, which gives you feet cubed. So I'm going to multiply all of those together. And we get 135.417. I guess we could round it to 0.42. And we want to convert that to cubic yards. So 1 cubic yard is 27 cubic feet. You get 5.015 cubic yards. And then it says the store only sells in increments of quarter cubic yards. So that means we could buy 5, 5.25, 5.5, 5.75, 6, and then you could go 6.25, 6.5. It's just saying that you're rounding to the nearest quarter cubic yard. So if we needed 5.015, then you would buy 5.25 cubic yards worth of topsoil. Okay, our last one is conversions. So you'll need your formula sheet, and you'll be given a formula sheet on the exam. So you don't have to worry about memorizing anything that's on the formula sheet, but you do need to know, which one to use and when, and where to look on the formula sheet. So the first one says the distance between 2 cities is 2,581 kilometers, and we want to convert to miles. So we want to use the unit conversion that's miles to kilometers, and that is on your formula sheet. It's under length and it's US to metric. So 1 kilometer is about 0.621 miles. And all you have to do is put that in your calculator and you get 1,602.801 miles. Next, Caleb is 4.1 feet tall, and we know we're going to centimeters. They have a unit conversion on your formula sheet for inches to centimeters. So let's convert this to inches, and then we can do 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So then we have our feet unit canceling, and then our inches units are canceling, and then we multiply that out. So this person is 124.968 centimeters tall. Okay, then we have the bed of Casey's truck will hold 5 cubic yards. What is the size of the bed in cubic feet? So again, 1 cubic yard is 27 cubic feet. So this time, instead of going from cubic feet to cubic yards, we're doing the opposite. And you just multiply those, and you should get 135 cubic feet is the capacity. Marcos finds an ad for chicken advertised to be $7.55 per 1 pound. And then what is the price in dollars? So that's, already what we have, but then we want it per ounce. So 1 pound is 16 ounces. And that's just from the formula sheet. That is weight and mass. That's under the weight and mass header. I feel like that kind of looks like a 16, so I'm going to try to make it look more like pounds. So our pounds units cancel, and we divide this. We multiply out those fractions. So it would be 0.47, so 47 cents per 1 ounce. Okay, our last one, Anderson can walk 6 meters per 1 second. What is the speed in miles per hour? So we need meters to turn into miles, and we need seconds to turn into hours. So I'm going to say, let's do meters first. We have a unit conversion for miles to kilometers. So if we say 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, then the meters units cancel. And then we can say 1 kilometer is 0.621 miles. And then those kilometer units cancel. And then we're in miles, which is good. We're still in seconds, and we don't want to be in seconds. The seconds unit is in the denominator, so we want seconds to be in the numerator, so the units cancel, seconds with seconds. And then we have minutes, but we want hours. So we put minutes in the denominator. I'll do red on that one again. Minutes and minutes. So then we have hours, which is what we want. So then we have miles per hour. And now all you have to do is multiply out all of those fractions. So on the scientific calculators, it has math print, so you can actually make it look exactly like what your paper has. You can do the ones too, if that helps you type it into your calculator. I'm just typing all this in. And I got 13.4136 miles per hour. Okay, and that is the entire review. Yeah, make sure that you study and are familiar with the formula sheet, and let me know what questions you have.